If you haven't noticed by now, I like women. I like them a lot. I'm always thinking about them, and I always want to be with one for the night. Though countering this is the fact that it's not just about sex, though that is a big part of it. It's about a loving companion, with a lot of sex. I cannot deny it, it's just who I am and what I like in life. And if that bothers anyone, then there's something seriously wrong with them. Zora is flirting with me a lot, though I cannot deny that she has a charm to her. Her voice is so soft and has an odd accent I cannot place. She has half a pretty face and a very nice body on her. What do I do with her, I wonder? Well, she obviously likes me, and continues to talk like I am her handsome prince as she says it. She even calls me my Thane now and then, almost reminding me of Lydia. That burn scar is something that I don't know what to do with, though. What if it were possible to cure her of it? Or is even bringing that up with her something that would offend her? She keeps on talking about her prince, her handsome prince that she wants to be swooped up by. But what if she means by that is just a handsome man that will accept that burn scar on her? I can look past that thing on her face if it were the right woman. That's the thing with Zora, though. I have the feeling that she is a good woman, though a bit different, even if she never had that burn scar. I like personality in a woman. I just don't want to marry a woman because I got to know her just because we became companions out adventuring. I don't know what it is. I want the right woman. I want Amelia back. And as long as I keep on thinking that, I don't think I will ever find the right woman for me. So maybe I just need to get to know them until I feel comfortable enough to decide if I would want to be with this woman. I had a feeling it would come to something like this one day. Rescue a woman and they want to become your love. It's happened to me before, you see. That's how Amelia and I got together. Though in all honesty, I think Zora wanted to be captured by that necromancer. She still had her sword on her. Who captures someone, puts them in a cage and leaves them armed? And after it all, didn't she say that was the 11th time that happened? Maybe she was joking, but she said it was true. My problem isn't that Zora might be the wrong woman, and feelings aside for Amelia, but why should I fall for the first one that shows me attention? Not that I am, of course. I'm still watching her trying to figure it out. Things were simpler before I knew Amelia. Now I'm just confused. I used to visit a couple of courtesans after getting out of prison, but I never could bring myself, while I was still in the Imperial city, to look for a new love. I have this feeling, though, that it will come to me here in Skyrim somehow. Inigo, tell me more about your past.
My brother and I never knew our real parents. We were found abandoned in a smelly shack by a soldier on his way to battle. We melted his heart with our fuzzy little faces, and he carried us to the nearest town. He deposited us at an orphanage, and that is where we spent most of our childhood.
I don't think I've seen a little Khajiit child before. Anything else you can tell me about your past?
My brother and I were adopted by a couple of retired assassins. I guess the orphanage did not do a family background check.
You must have had a very interesting childhood.
Mine was perhaps a little more unconventional than most, but I suppose all childhoods are interesting to some degree. My parents provided me with love and encouragement. Apart from the nightly training sessions, we were a normal family.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Are you going to join me? Take a seat.
Take a seat, and then he wanders off. Well, he's probably going to sit down to another place. What do I have? Haning brew mead. Ugh, it's a little close to my face. Are you really trying to sell me that? What have you got for sale?
Let's sate that appetite, huh?
inches away from my face. Lots of salt. You usually see someone selling that much salt. Do you have anything other than alcohol that I could use? Ooh, haven't had apple pie in a while. Cheap, too. Oh. No thanks. I don't want alto wine, but apple pie. And, you don't have any black... Oh, you do have black briar. It's very expensive. Oh, a couple is fine. Grilled leeks. Honey nut treat. What's a pogfish? Cooked pogfish. Cooked catfish. Everyone knows what catfish is. Brook bass. You have horker... How about, I guess you're not going to sell anything raw. I'd have to go to either hunt it myself or... Well, okay. That's good for now. Thank you.
If you need a drink, just holler.
Yeah, well, I couldn't miss it with it right in front of my face, practically touching my face. You could move, you know.
Oh, did you need something?
Yes, there's a little bit more room than that. Some Blackbriar mead. I could use some. Use being drunk. Use some time off and just relax. At least for tonight. I'll eat this apple pie too. I always like sweet stuff. Auntie used to spoil me with whatever she could. Hello, Janessa.
What can I do for you?
Is that an amulet of Mara? Are you interested in me?
Won't lie, I am.
Well, you
And
are. It's a little early to be... I just met you to commit to such a thing, but... Oh. Hard for me to say no. You're such a beautiful woman. Maybe if we got to know each other after a while. But not for right now, I'm sorry.
Your choice.
Oh. I can hear it in her voice. I don't like that. Well, let's see about renting a room. Hello. I'd like to rent a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Where are we going? Are you going to stare at me? Trying to get me to guess which room it is? Ugh, some big burpers here. Oh, another woman like those eyes. Ugh. I don't think there's... Something's not right with her.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Oh, a whole room to myself. At the Ivarstead Inn I had to share with somebody. What's this book? Nords Arise. Oh, is this more of that Stormcloak? Nords Arise. Throw off the shackles of Imperial oppression. Yes, it's for Stormcloaks. Do not bow to the yoke of a false emperor. Be true to your blood, to your homeland. The Empire tells us we cannot worship holy Talos. Uh-oh. That's what I say about... Not Talos, but the Stormcloaks. How can man set aside a god? How can a true Nord of Skyrim cast aside the god that rose from our own heartland? Mighty Tiber Septim, himself the first emperor, conqueror of all Tamriel, ascended to godhood to sit at the right hand of Akatosh. Tiber Septim, a true son of Skyrim, born in the land of snow and blood, bred to the honor of our people, is now Talos, god of might and honor. The Empire has no right to tell us we cannot worship him. That's why I do it on my own regardless. Our own High King, Torrig, betrayed us to the Empire. He traded our god for peace. He agreed to a pact with the Thalmor. Some say Talmor. I always hated that. It's Thalmor. T-H. Thalmor. Signed by an emperor in a foreign land. Are we to be beholden to such a pact? No. 1,000 times no. Do not let the lessons of history go unheeded. The Aldmeri Dominion and its Thalmor masters made war upon men, just as the elves made war upon Ysgramor and our people in ancient times. Shining Sarthal was burned to the ground. Oh yes, every Nord knows about that. Our first city here in, well, what is now Skyrim. I have no idea what it was called back then. Reduced to ruins and rubble in their treacherous assault. But Ysgramor and his sons gathered the 500 companions and made war upon the elves, casting them out of Skyrim. In the Great War fought by our fathers, the elves again betrayed men by attacking us unprovoked. The Dominion and the Thalmor cannot be trusted. Well, that much is completely true. Like Ysgramor, Ulfric Stormcloak is a true hero of Skyrim. His name will ring in Sovngarde for generations to come. Only he had the courage to single out King Toreg and challenge him to trial by arms. Ulfric's Thum, a gift from Talos himself. That's from Kinrith. Oh, people are just assuming that everything comes from Talos. It was written on the way to High Hrothgar that it was a gift from Kinrith. Struck down this traitorous ruler, and by his death we are now free of our... Kine. I should say Kine. But Kinrith is the same thing. And by his death we are now free of our imperial shackles and the Thalmor overlords that darken the imperial throne. The Empire has sent its legions to govern us. They have enlisted our own countrymen to their cause. They have set brother against brother, father against son. They have caused Skyrim to battle itself in their name, for their cause. Do not let them divide us. Do not let them conquer us. Reject the imperial law that forbids the worship of Talos. Join Ulfric Stormcloak and his cause. Let me tell you, if a Thalmor ever approached me and told me that I cannot worship Talos, I would kill him or her, and that would be the end of it. I don't care if I'd go to jail for the rest of my life or they would execute me for it. That Thalmor is dead. What is this book? It looks like a journal. I was 2 days into my journey from Markarth when the ataxia struck. Oh, somebody got a disease somehow. I thought if I bit down on a piece of cloth it would distract me from the pain, but eventually my joints could bear the weight no longer. I stopped at the roadside ruins looking for a place to rest. It was there, in the briars of an autumn fog, that I came across a strange altar rooted in the ground. Beside it stood an old woman, who I took for its keeper. Taking note of my apprehension, the old woman beckoned me forward. Wordlessly she raised her hand and directed it towards the altar. She was asking me to choose. In my travels I have passed through hag-raven camps and seen many a twisted thing, but none like this. Placed in its gnarled hands were 3 empty bowls, and a cup to fill them. I don't know where this story's going. At last the old woman spoke with an accent I couldn't place. Like Zora? I can't place her accent. Not that I've been to High Rock, so I don't know. I thought she was from Skyrim. She looked like a Nord. Very fair-skinned, pretty. But I forget sometimes that Bretons can be the most beautiful women, too. Bretons, Dunmer, and Nord women are the best looking. But then, what am I saying? Imperials, too. I just love women. The first bowl, she said, would grant you power. The second would bring you fortune. The third, however, would offer you nothing at all. Looking back now, I can't tell you if any of this was real or some hallucination I dreamt up to cope with the fever. Oh. See, I had a bit of that when I had that head injury. I saw a lot of things that I know couldn't be. Yes, so I can kind of sympathize with this. Or it could be the altar was no different than a standing stone, a tribute to a God-loving forgotten? God long forgotten. I'm always thinking of loving. Still, I felt compelled to ask the woman how and where I would find my boon. She said it would come to me. Unfortunately, the ataxia has cursed me with sleeplessness. Worse yet, the disease has progressed to a point that I fear I will not live to see the outcome of my choice. A shame as I wonder, even now, if I have made the right one. Rolnik Windstrider. Why did I think this was a woman? But which one did you choose? All it says the first bowl will grant you power, the second, fortune, the third, nothing at all. Oh. Well, he said, I felt compelled to ask the woman how and where I would find my boon, and she said it would come to me. Well, that kind of leaves you in the dark. What happened after? And which did you choose? You just said which would give me my boon. Well, I would think that the person chose the second one because bring you a fortune. Alright then.
Nothing new there.
Hello.
Excuse me, sir. I don't normally do this, but, have you got a moment to talk?
Alright, let's see if they serve anything fresh.
You have a funny Cyrodiilic accent. Very, I was going to say soft, but no, more like, not this again. Of course.
Marvelous. My name is Lucian Flavius. I'm a scientist, philosopher, amateur wizard, and something of a musician, though I suppose that's more of a hobby.
Musician?
I couldn't help noticing that you seem...
Did you say amateur wizard?
How can I put this? Well acquainted with the less savory side of Skyrim?
Wait. That seems a little bit rude asking me that. What, because I look like a warrior? Yes, I've seen a thing or two. Do you need help with something?
As a matter of fact, I do. I'm here in Skyrim on an expedition, academic mainly.
Oh, come now.
I find the
Don't
province
go away,
simply
man.
fascinating. The flora, the fauna, the ruins, both Dwemer and Nordic, the architecture, the politics. Trouble is, I'm really not much of a fighter. I know a few
You don't
spells
look
and can just
like one.
about swing a sword, but beyond that, I'm pretty useless in combat. Skyrim's no place for a milk drinker like me. Not on my own, anyway. So, I'm looking for someone to travel with.
You came up here because you're fascinated with everything Skyrim, especially with the Civil War and now dragons. I'm surprised you milk drinker like you didn't go back home. I'm sorry it wouldn't be safe for you with me.
Ah, but I'd have you to protect me. And I imagine I might pick up a thing or two from you before long. Come on, what do you say?
Well, you better be a fast learner then. I don't know. But,
Well, don't take
you
what
know,
don't
with
have.
Jaromir I didn't know either, and he turned out actually by the end to be a pretty good fighter, and I really feel bad about him dying. Well, you better not die on me either, or I'll never take another anybody else besides maybe a pretty woman along with me. And Inigo. Always Inigo. Fine. What exactly do you want?
I suppose what I'm asking is,
No, thank you.
would you awfully mind if I tag along? I will of course compensate you most handsomely for putting up with me.
You would compensate me. How much are we talking?
Oh, shall we say 300 septims up front? After that, I'll top you up every time we come across something useful to my research.
Oh, why didn't you say you were going to pay
At
me?
your discretion, of course. No obligations. Save that you take me with you, and assist in keeping me alive wherever possible.
I've got to babysit you. You know what? I won't stand for that. I don't even care about the payment. You need to learn how to defend yourself. Every man should know how to do that. Unless you're crippled or something, or really old. Why is there a child here in the inn? Okay. Well, sounds like a deal.
Oh, splendid. Here's your gold. This is going to be quite the adventure.
She's nice.
I'm Toro Jensen, by the way. Lucian Flavius, you said?
It's a pleasure to meet you. Lead on.
Well, lead on. I'm just drinking and gonna go to the bed. Afterwards. We're not going anywhere right now. What else can I have? Nord need. Well, stick around, Lucian. I don't know what I saw you earlier. I don't know what you're gonna do now. But my companions are relaxing and drinking. You need to do the same. That makes 5 of us now. Oh, hello. Oh. Are you sick? Are you alright?
That's a question I've asked myself for weeks now. Am I alright? Will she be alright? Was it wrong to come here?
Why? What's wrong?
I'm sick. I mean, it would be fine if it was just a cough, but, well, my body hurts so much I can barely walk. And those are the good days.
Have you considered seeing the priestess in Whiterun?
I've already tried. I'd heard that Danica Pierce Spring is the most powerful healer in all of Skyrim, but she couldn't help me.
She did wonders for
I
me.
know now it's my destiny to die. That's why Archaea guided us here.
You can't be sure it's the god's will. You should fight to the very end.
Oh, I know. My faith wasn't always as strong as it is now. In fact, I almost gave up on the Divines altogether.
You questioned your faith because you were sick?
Yes, believe it or not. When I was sure Henrietta was fast asleep, I'd crawl out into the forest and just let it all out. But all of that anger and hate left me the moment we came to Falkreath and met that sad couple. Here I was, feeling sorry for myself, yet my daughter is still alive.
You have a daughter? It's worth living for just for that. So the Divines were sending you a message?
That's right. When I talked to Undara, I found out the girl they lost was about Henrietta's age. An Imperial girl like her mother. How can that be a coincidence? How is that not the work of the Divines?
Hello. So your daughter is being adopted?
I believe she will. I've yet to broach the subject with them because their loss is so fresh. Or maybe part of me is just unwilling to let her go. But I've told Runil of my intentions.
Runil? Who's that? Is the young girl who runs around here your daughter? That one over there?
Henrietta, my baby girl. Bright, talented, and just enough of her father's courage to be brave without being fearless.
Was he a Nord?
She complains a lot too, but I forgive her.
She must get that from her mother.
Which part?
The bright and talented part.
And here I thought you were going to say the complaining part. Not that you'd be wrong, but it'd be sort of mean to say.
What happened to her father?
My husband passed away not too long ago.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
She reminds me so much of him. If she ever asked me what he was like, I would have told her to just look in the mirror.
Tell me about your husband.
He was a gallant man, and my best friend. Some would say we knew each other better than we knew ourselves. When the Great War began, he was one of the first in our town to enlist in the Imperial Army. He despised the Thalmor. So did I. When the White Gold Concordat was signed, he defected from the Legion to join the Red Guard forces as they pushed the elves back to Somerset Isle.
Oh.
I
You want a
supported him
drink?
in his decision.
Of
I
course.
told him to go to Ghislaine, where the army needed soldiers most. That's where he met a girl in a small town by the southern peninsula.
Oh. It probably was a moment of weakness.
He said the same. He told me it meant nothing, but it changed everything. He betrayed my trust, and the vow he made before Mara.
Ravens are downright nasty.
But Mara forgive me,
But
I
suppose
still
it's
loved
worth
him.
tangling with them
That
for
was
a
the
good cause
problem.
like the Gildegreen.
But I also knew I couldn't stay in Hammerfell any longer.
Why couldn't you stay there?
There were too many memories. I couldn't look at the desert sands without thinking about the war. And I couldn't think about the war without thinking about that girl.
Give us a discount.
So we moved back to Cyrodiil, to Bruma, a place without sands or oceans.
What happened after you moved to Bruma?
Well, things finally began to slow down. It took some time to patch our relationship back together, but we
I'm
made
glad
it
you
work for
tried.
20 years. And in the meantime, I had Henrietta.
I'm glad you stayed with him, even though he had the moment of weakness. I know a lot of people that be for too much for them. So what happened to your husband? How did he die?
An alchemist told him about a magical plant that grows only in the damp forests of Valenwood. As a base agent, it could make a potion strong enough to cure any disease. Whether
Oh.
he found it or not, he promised to come back in a month's time for Henrietta's birthday. He never did.
He died trying to save you. That's pretty noble.
It was a foolish thing.
I'd do it
A
for my
romantic
wife.
thing, but the two are often one and the same. What did he think would happen to Henrietta if he never came back? If not for the guidance of the divines, I shudder to think of the consequences.
Well, somebody had to try. You can't just die. Are you staying in Falkreath?
Yes, I plan to stay here with my daughter until Archay bid me leave. I've already arranged for a plot of land, away from the trees, where the stone faces seas.
Already planned where you're going to rest, huh? Well, you know what? This town is known for having one of the largest graveyards in all of Skyrim, at least. Maybe that's why you came here? I guess, if you're convinced you're going to die, maybe it sounds like a wonderful spot.
Thank you. It's funny, when they told me about the grand cemetery at Falkreath, I was so worried it might be too large.
It's
I
big.
feared Henrietta wouldn't be able to find my headstone. But when we got here, I was relieved. The graveyard is so cozy, and the priest is a kind man.
You kind of sound ready.
I am. I was afraid to die before, not knowing what would become of my daughter.
What?
I thought she would end up lost and alone, a child few people noticed and nobody wanted.
Oh, I would never allow that.
Now my heart is filled with more trivial concerns, and I often forget how lucky I am to have them.
What sort of concerns do you have?
I am worried she'll forget me. She's just
No.
a child, and the memories she has now will soon be replaced. I know when she's older, she'll remember Indara as her real mother. It's wrong to think so, but it almost makes me jealous. I just want to be a part of her life, even when I'm gone.
Stay with her as long as you can. Is there anything you can do to help her remember?
Well, these last few days I've tried to tell her all the little things, the stuff she won't understand until she's older. How to brush her hair, how to tell when a man lies, the perfect recipe for apple cabbage soup. I thought if I showed her all the little things, the big things would speak for themselves. She wouldn't have to wonder how much I loved her. Yet, when I talk to her now, all my words float by like dandelion clocks on the wind.
You're actually depressing me. You're bringing back memories of my loss. You could write her a letter to her future self.
By the divines.
Nothing new
Why didn't
there.
I think of that? That's a wonderful idea. Thank you, stranger.
I'm glad I could help.
I think Runil has a quill and paper he keeps for his journal. I'm gonna get started right away.
You must be starving.
And if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a small favor. I know she'll be in good hands with Indara and Matthews, but if you could look in on her from time to time, make sure everything's all right, I'd appreciate it.
Could ask. You don't even know me, actually. But, yeah, you chose a good person because I love children. Not a problem.
Truly, the divines must have sent you to answer my prayers. Thank you again, so much.
Oh, I need a really, really strong drink now. Would you happen to be her daughter? Are you Henrietta?
Mary's funny. She tells everyone how handsome and pretty they are. Mom says she does it for tips. Mom says I'm getting a new mommy and daddy, so I'll have two of each now.
Yes.
I've heard a traveler say.
Yes,
that
well,
Helgen
you
was
always
destroyed
will.
by one of those
I don't like it here. There's too many bugs.
You mean in Falkreath? Actually, it's my favorite place in all of
Something I can
Skyrim.
help you with?
If not all of the Tamriel. But you take care, child. Stay with your mama. I guess she knows all about what's going to happen. This isn't really the place for, because violence can break out at any time for a little girl and a mom that
You want
can't
a
even
drink?
protect her.
It would seem so.
Listen, I've had enough. Come on, no more, thank you. A honey brew mead. What else do I have? Some black briar mead. I just have 4 left. Well, maybe I do need more.
Asura bless you.
Okay, let's buy something. What have you got?
Let's sate that appetite, huh?
Black briar mead. You got some cheap wine? Ale? Ale's good. I don't want that many. Maybe like this. Then I'm good for a while. I'm starting to
Until
feel
next
it now. This is also what I like to do, drink and talk to the people at the tavern. And who are you? You're not
can I do for
brother
you?
to Lucian, are you?
Oh, did you need something?
Oh, are you a bard? Can I make a request?
Sure. What can I do for you?
Excuse me. That's a lot to ale. Can you sing, Ragnar the Red?
Ah, a fine but bloody tale. I can do that one.
Okay. Lucian. Actually, I find her very attractive. Look at those hips.
Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar.
Zora can dance a bit.
The white run from old Rorikstead. And the braggart did swagger and brandish his blade as he told of bold battles and gold he had made. But then he went quiet, did Ragnar the Red, when he met the shield maiden Matilda, who said, "Oh, you talk and you lie and you drink all our mead. Now I think it's high time that you lie down and bleed." And so then came clashing and slashing of steel as the brave lass Matilda charged in full of zeal. And the braggart named Ragnar was boastful no more when his ugly red head rolled around on the floor.
Every Nord's heard that song. I don't know how many times I've heard it. Hundreds, maybe 1,000 times. Listen, you. Lucian.
How are you doing?
If you're going to follow along, I don't want you just following me everywhere I go. Why don't you wait here?
I'll be right here.
Not like we're going to just run out to the tavern and leave you here. Wow, some people take their drinking a little too far. Blackbriar mead. Oh, now I'm really feeling it. Probably should take off this backpack at least. Oh, and this. My arrows. Let's take off my bows. Yes, I'm feeling it. What? It's nice after a story like that. Very depressing, you know. I have to get a new cloak. I just made this ratty thing.
You want a drink?
But I think my equipment looks pretty good. Where's Zora? What happens when you start drinking too much? You want to start flirting with the
Welcome
women.
to
At least
Dead
that's
Man's
how it
Creek.
is for me. Hey, Zora.
Remember, a good leader is brave but not reckless, firm but not rigid.
What, you saying by coming in and talking to you it's reckless? Well, you know we have to go and get the we're going to get the horn of Jurgen Windcaller. Sorry. I think I've had too much. We're going after the horn of Jurgen Windcaller. The Greybeards want me to fetch a horn.
Not just any horn. The horn of Jurgen Windcaller. I wonder what happens if you blow it.
I don't know.
It would be too tempting not to. Which is why it's best if you hold on to it. If I see a button, I have to press it. If I see a lever, I have to pull
Wait,
it.
that's how I am
See a
too.
horn, I will make it play music. This is not good if the buttons and levers have traps, and if the horn summons a dragon. At least that's what the tales say magic horns do.
Yes. I doubt this horn summons dragons unless the Greybeards are trying to kill us.
Really? Then what does it summon? Cliff racers? Snow elves? High ones? Do not tell me the Greybeards want us to fetch an ordinary horn. Next they will have us carry pails of water up and down the 7,000 steps.
Well, maybe it has some special power, or maybe it's just a symbol. So, I never asked what happened to your sister.
Well, my sister doesn't come to Riverwood very often. But she sends a letter every now and then, just to let me know she's alive. She can take care of herself, but that does not mean I don't worry.
I'd like to meet your sister. She sounds fun.
Does she? My hero, you have not been listening to me, or you would remember that my sister isn't a friendly sort.
Oh, sorry,
That's
my
why
head
she
is
lives
addled
in a
though.
cave. She's kind of a witch.
Oh, really? She's a witch? You're okay with this? Witches do horrible things.
I don't know. I mean, I've been in one of her caves. There were goat heads, taproot, and animal bones scattered about. And yes, it was kind of scary. But I've eaten a roasted goat and I've killed a spriggan, so who am I to judge?
When did you last speak to her?
2 years free? I'm very poor with time, especially when I'm adventuring with my favorite companion. As for her last letter, well, that has also been a very long time. Too long, which makes me worry. We should stop by the Sleeping Giant Inn. Maybe someone has heard something.
Oh, I've been to Riverwood several times. We should go there. You know what? I wouldn't mind waking up next to Zora. Maybe that's just the drink talking, but... her face is starting to grow on me. Wow. Maybe I should go to sleep before I do something I regret. Wake up early in the morning, or late, depending on how much I can sleep.
Oh, did you need something?
Look, it's Secundus. It was a lot later than I thought it was. Need to sell what I own.
I'm telling you,
the
I
extra
heard it.
loot.
Howling. Those werewolf tales are true.
What? This place haunted? Why is there a skeletal hand rolling through town? That's just rather disturbing.
Necromancers conjuring foul, uncontrollable creatures? We can't have that. I think we ought to go and take a look, don't you?
I changed my hair. You can see my little elven kind of ears. Not exactly really obvious unless somebody points it out. But I could use a bath, actually. This is the merchant.
Hey there, Lucian. My name is Inigo.
Pleased to meet you too, Inigo.
What could it mean?
I think we're going
The
to be
return of the
great.
Dragonborn?
Yes,
And who among
I
us
am
could
sure we
possibly
will.
hold that honor? And such power.
Convinced.
Well, you seem a little,
A little
weak.
what? Well educated? Well dressed? Wealthy?
Weak. I mean no offense.
That's what
I
I
am
thought.
sure you will be fine.
Fine? You're sure I'll be fine? Gosh, thanks for the vote of confidence, Inigo.
Forget I said anything. Sorry, Julian.
It's Lucian.
Lucian, yes.
I think you should be called Julian.
What did I say?
Julian?
My apologies.
Apology accepted. Right then, Indigo. Let's get back to it, shall we?
It is Inigo, not Indigo.
Exactly.
Point taken. I do not know about your skill with a blade, but your intellect is clearly sharper than most. Glad to have you with us,
Just call him
Lucian.
Julian.
Lucian, yes, Lucian. I am sorry.
You're doing it on purpose now.
You couldn't possibly be the Dragonborn of legend.
So you saw fit to follow me out of there. Are you going to try to offer me drinks out here too?
The Greybeards have summoned the Dragonborn to High Hrothgar. Such a thing has not happened for hundreds of years.
Ah, yes, well, it's happened. Hello.
Well met. Unlike my brother, I've no dislike of strangers. Met lots of them while I was a Stormcloak.
Huh? You're a Stormcloak?
I was once, but not anymore. I was wounded in a skirmish up near Windhelm. This was years ago, mind you. Now, maybe I don't pick up a blade in Ulfric's name no more, but I still hold with his ideals. Skyrim is Nordland, and we ought to rule it. We don't need no help from the Empire on that count.
You would if the Thalmor had taken... or invaded. You'd be asking for all the help you can get. And if you don't, all the stupid Nords will go off to battle and get slaughtered, and the Thalmor will take over. And then all your daughters and wives and the old people will be asking, and your boys, young men, the children, will be asking for help. So no, we need the Empire. I've seen what the Thalmor are like. You mentioned a brother. Who is he?
His name's Bolin. He's the one who works the lumber mill down by the river. If you meet him, don't expect much in the way of conversation. He ain't one for talking, especially with folk he don't know.
Quite one then, huh? Well, let's see what you have for sale.
Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
Well, I doubt you have anything that I would be interested in buying. Besides which, I have a lot to get to make some room and get rid of some of this weight. So let's go through it all, get rid of what I don't need, and make some profit.
Anything from my shop and you'll regret it.
But
funny, you want a customer to come back, that's not what you say. Unless you actually catch them trying to steal something. So what's this pamphlet I have? Warning to travelers. To whom it may concern, there have been some rumors of a former blade living in a camp. A former blade? Be pretty old, I would think. Living in a camp near Peak Shade Tower. I have no idea where that is. Recent reports have also told of Thalmor Justiciar slaughtered on the road to Falkreath. Huh. Anyone traveling near the old tower should proceed with caution. I would congratulate that person.
it's true, isn't it? A dragon has attacked Whiterun. How could mere men bring down such a beast?
Well, helps to be dragonborn. Alright, well, I don't really want...
You see a dog out there?
What? A dog? What sort of dog? No, I haven't seen a dog.
I don't know really. Blacksmith is offering a reward for a dog he saw on the road. I was hoping you'd seen it.
No, I haven't seen a dog.
Keep your nose clean while you're here, outsider.
It sounds like those bandits are giving poor Assad a terrible time. I think we ought to sort it out for him, don't you?
Rasad, that's the Khajiit. Oh, what happened to this bird? Missive board. So, I mean, I want to get going. Peak Shades Tower is right there. Find the detoured caravans. It's all really close. So, yes, we can go to Nettlebane and then go down to get to Nettlebane from Orphan Rock, from the Hagravens, and then go to Riverwood to find, ask about Zora's sister after. But, I wonder if there's anything on the way. Clear out Bone Chill Passage, don't know where that is. Deliver weapon to Hilarchin, no. Gather silver ore, I'd rather keep it and make my own jewelry out of it. Hunt Thief in the Rift, that's something I could do. Under Missive, Hunt Thief in the Rift. A thief recently broke into my home and stole my silver amethyst ring. I happen to know the thief often visits the Bee and Barb and the Iverstead Vilmer Inn in the Rift. I will reward anyone who returns my silver amethyst ring to me, no questions asked, Runel. Oh, I can do that whenever I go back to the Rift. Ah, there's a Khajiit over there. Do you know him?
Oh, there once was a hero named
I always used to ask.
He killed a falcon.
Always used to ask Inigo. And he said to me, "You can't expect me to know all the Khajiits."
Oh, there once was a scholar named Lucian the Smart. He was clever and wise, and he had a big heart.
Oh, you guys will be fun when we get back and I'll start drinking again. Now, let's see. Hunter backpack. Hood. And my arrows. Use the dwarven arrows. Alright, we've got places to go. It's actually not that far from here where we're going to. Fly Amanita. Watch out, cat. Cats just think they own the world. Believe me, I know Inigo acts like it. What are you doing? Are you hunting something? Oi! Are you hunting us? Got another bounty hunter. Whoa! This is a tough one. Wow. Thankfully I have a lot of potions. Potion of regeneration. Whoa. Lucian, you don't know how to fight. Don't get between us.
Only a fool lets himself get surrounded.
I don't know who actually finished him. Well, the ones with blood on their weapons. Right, you got some on your sword there. Good job. Let's see. No, the scroll. This was another bounty hunter. Look at this armor. Doesn't look very good, though. Might be a little bit better than my adventuring armor, but... well, it doesn't weigh much. I could sell it. Maybe see what it looks like on me. Orcish bow. Oh, I think that's it. Caught another bounty hunter. Where'd my horse go, I think? Where are you? There you are. Where are you guards when we need them? Need you. Seems like it's just us out there looking out for ourselves whenever I get attacked. Alright, mount up, everybody. Wait, do you even have a horse, Lucian? Just follow along. I won't go too fast. I see your horse up ahead, Inigo. I guess Lucian is horseless. I'll have to ask him about that. You better be able to run fast, Lucian. Where is Inigo? Maybe I should learn to whistle like he said. Inigo! Ugh, I can't take off riding because of Lucian. Well, I can, but might lose him. Don't know if that would be a big loss, so... Find the detoured caravans. Now, what was that about again? I like to know what I'm getting into. Find the detoured caravans. Rising Dead. Investigate the ritual site. Inigo, where are you? Nettlebane. Okay, so in response to the attacks, the caravans took a detour towards Falkreath. I'll need to follow the trail to see if they left anything behind. Where are you, Inigo? I don't know. Cat! Let's get this sorted out. I don't know where he is. He's a good tracker, though. I went through town, didn't see him. Back up to where we were. Alright. This way. Oh, it looks like the wagon was... This is a wagon. Where is Inigo? Somebody died here. A couple people. Attunement crystal. Don't know what that is. There's a letter here. This has been here for a while. Maybe this is where the caravan would like, stop and rest without going into town? Because, I mean, it's pretty narrow down there. Alright, what did it say? Where's the letter? Yes, I'm gonna have to read this book, The Power of Whistling. I can't imagine it being that big. So, Valine's letter. Any dose? What? The reports are right. Wraithguard and Sunder are singing, sending a signal out to anyone that might be listening. I don't know how, but I think I know why. The tools were only meant to be used on Numidium? What's that? It makes sense that they would never be allowed to leave Morrowind. Oh, is this something from Morrowind? To ensure this, Kagranak must have put in a failsafe system. If the tools were ever stolen, drones would be activated. What's a drone? Activated across Tamriel to recover them. The drones would then store the items in a vault until a tonal architect could fetch them. This is all gibberish to me. Unfortunately, as I suspected, that information was enough for some of the captains to betray and change course. They no longer care about the artifacts or the job. They consider the cargo to be a death trap and are taking measures to unload it. Your caravan might think they were carrying the tools, but Sadras and Hlalu swapped them before we ever got to Whiterun and intentionally gave them up to the retrieval drones. Fortunately, I managed to track the drones back to a vault near Winterhold, what the locals call the Sightless Pit. I don't know what that is, and I'm from there. I've also discovered the vault can be opened with an attunement crystal, which I've sent along with this letter. As I am no warrior, I dare not venture inside without you. Hopefully this message reaches your party in time, for I know we are of like mind. As a scholar, I want to see the artifacts delivered to my master, and you have always been someone who does not shirk his duty. I have faith that you and your crew can return north and repair this mistake. Valine? Well, sounds like something we could look into, but maybe in a while from now. It's up by Winterhold. So what is this power of whistling? Tactical wordless communication for adventurers. By Mild... He didn't write this book. If I can't find Inigo, I'll come back here and learn how to whistle. Well, there's nothing here now. Let's ride. So where is it? Enter the vault of the Sightless Pit. Ugh, whenever we go north, maybe. Not right now. Okay, so there is this place, Peak's Shade Tower. So there's supposedly a blade? Maybe I should... I don't want to do that. Oh yes, A Dying Wish. That's the book I read. Where would that be? It's actually close by. Ruins that are nearby. Well, when we come back here, because we're going east. Okay, so I need to find out where that thing was that I read. Oh yeah, find the cause of the disturbances near Peakshade Tower. Yeah, if there's killing Thalmor, I will totally congratulate. I'll give gold. I'll say you're a hero. Everybody's kind of afraid to kill Thalmor, though, because they figured that the guards would come after you and the other Justiciars would come after you. But I can tell you everybody's thought about it. I've never had them come up to me and say, no, you cannot worship Talos. Oh, tell me what I can do with my life. This is really close. Look at all these ingredients. Just everywhere. Butterfly. Okay. Just in case this person decides I'm Thalmor.
If the accident never happened, I would be wed to some dashing noble. But how would you ever manage without me, huh?
I don't know. I'm starting to like you more and more, though. What? Okay. A Khajiit? Like a Khajiit could be a blade too. Everyone could be part of the blades. Who are you?
You have something to say. Well, save your breath. The way I see it, you don't have much more of them left.
I just wanted to talk.
Talk is for cowards whose blades say nothing.
I wish to know your name.
The son of Cloud Ruler Temple named me the Desert Fang.
Desert Fang?
Thalmor know me as Death's Courier.
Death's Courier, the Thalmor.
I am simply Savashni.
Oh, Savashni.
Who spared your life.
Tell me about your armor and sword. It looks unique.
Akaviri, forged in a dragon land. Is a sword and armor of the blades, sworn to the service of the true Emperor. But know this, my sword serves no one. You could be Tiber Scepter reborn, and I'll still send you back to the Divines with your head in your arms.
You're independent then? I've heard the Blades do not recruit those who will not serve.
You think on who they were, and not who they are. The Blades are a group of bandits, rogues, and traitors. Most of all, they are fools. Fools who couldn't see past their own weakness. Like parasites who cling to the lion's mane. The weak must ally with the strong, and pray they aren't flicked off by the stroke of its tongue. It makes no difference whether this Titus Mead is of dragon blood or schemer, just that his army stands between them and the executioner's axe. If the Blades weren't fools, they would measure their emperors by where they seat their Thalmor guests, at the table or on a pike.
You may not be a Blade then, but I doubt you're just some scavenger.
True. The one I killed to gain this armor was indeed a Blade.
You killed him.
Master of the dual sword technique, and my mentor.
You killed your mentor?
He was a man of 40 years, and I no older than a dozen, when I first bested him in single combat. Yet he was still my better, and our bodies would never be at an age where I could prove otherwise. At 16, my mentor had exhausted his use to me in terms of body. I would have granted him death right then, if not for the secrets his mind guarded.
What secrets?
The Way of the Nine. Stances and techniques derived from the teachings of the Divines.
The Way of the Nine?
That was his legacy.
I've never heard of that.
And his gift to me, his only pupil. But only when I was ready. A phrase thrown around by masters of all disciplines who wish to teach their pupils the value of patience. What I wasn't ready for, and never would be, was religious nonsense with which he dressed the art of the kill. Now as I enter my prime, I search for the lesson that escaped into the void when we last crossed our blades.
Well, why did you kill him? Because you're impatient? Because he angered you? You do seem like a very angry Khajiit. So you killed the one person that could teach you. Smart.
Fool, your words display the emptiness of your mind. It was my mentor himself who stated the stance of Arche was one passed on through death. Yet it's possible, as Arche governs life and death, that it was a test of one's scruples, and in killing him, the technique is lost to eternity. Yet if I hadn't struck the killing blow, then I myself would be lost to the void. And that's a trade only imbeciles like you would find worthy.
Starting to bore me with this. Your threats. Tell me why about the Way of the Nine, then.
You will understand little of what I speak, and much of it is of no practical use, but facile metaphors tossed around by dying man. But I will enjoy watching your brow twitch in confusion as I pass his words on to you. Take, for instance, Debella, the god of beauty.
Tell me about the stance of Debella.
She stands nude, arms raised, cupping a golden flower, pouring cool water over her supple breasts. But here beauty is artifice. The stance is seduction. The blade raised in the right hand glints like the midday sun, bewitching your eyes while its partner lies in the grass.
I like to think of philosophy as a way of...
How about Giuliano's stance?
Giuliano's teaches that from one thing. Know 10,000. Study closely what is distant and look from a distance at what is close. Bah. Garbled poetry and peasant wisdom.
Sounds like
unnecessary layers of depth that belies what is the simplest of all truths. It is easier to kill a one-armed foe than one with 2 arms and a sword. The stance of Giuliano's is designed to disarm, quite literally, in fact.
That's interesting.
The tip of the blades nearly scraped the ground, sweeping upward to catch the crook of the elbow where the joints meet and the flesh is exposed.
What about the stance of Zenithar?
Zenithar. Right foot facing east, left foot facing north, swords crossed in a defensive position. When braced together, 2 blades are as resolute as any shields, and the winds of Zenithar, with a shift for those who labor and endure.
See, this is interesting because I also am a dual-wield fighter. Tell me about the stance of Mara.
The embrace of Mara. Both blades held out horizontally to create the illusion of an opening. Love too can be a source of bait. In this case, the love of blood. And Mara's blades close faster and hold tighter than any trap.
What about the stance of Talos?
Talos. Mortal man ascended to the divines. The front foot faced the opponent, just as Talos faced the armies of men. The back foot faces the rear to the invisible plane of the 8. 2 swords, pointed north and south, forwards and backwards in an open stance. If you only see the mortal man, you'll neglect the hidden divine.
What about Kinrith's technique?
The stance of Kinrith. Both blades pointed upward to the sky, power sacrificed for stealth. Just as we know not from where the rain falls, the blade's vertical position masks its angle and its target.
What about Stendar's stance?
Stendar's mercy. The only technique of the 9 that utilizes a single blade and a single cut. As 2 warriors pass on the road, the blade is drawn from the scabbard and returned in a single motion. 20 paces later, a red gash will appear on the victim's neck, thicker than a cat's hair.
I don't know
30
about
paces later, and the gash will form a crescent as pearls of blood trickle from the wound. 50 paces, and the line has run full circle, the blood dribbling onto his collar.
What happens beyond 50 paces?
The victim reaches for his neck, and upon touching it, his head topples over. So 51 paces, traveler, from where you stand. That's where you can exhale.
Interesting. Tell me about the technique derived from Akatosh.
Akatosh, the dragon god of time. And what's battle but timing? No different than a bard's tune. Dance to the beat of a throbbing heart. The stance of Akatosh is an offensive position. A series of flurries that disrupt one's timing and rhythm. It's designed to stagger an opponent and end the fight quickly. But should you fail, you will fall to your own exhaustion.
Interesting. So, how did you kill your master? I'm interested.
It snowed that night when it should have rained. My mentor looked at the sky and said Kynareth was all out of tears. And I said, Kynareth does not cry for fools. We drew our swords and dashed through the trees, our feet rapping against the snow. The night before, I had chosen my stance. While most would use the flurry of Akatosh, the technique is too violent. I could kill my mentor and lose sight of the very thing I sought to learn. And in the spiritual sense, the father does not come before the son.
What stance did you use?
It was the defense of Zenithar that shielded me from his attack. If I saw both his blades as swords and not shields, I could parry, if not kill. Our blades clashed, but made no sound. Muffled by the snowstorm, his swords came at me from all directions, but I kept my eyes on his feet. Or more precisely, the tracks he left in the snow. There was a pattern there, if only I had more time.
So you switched stances?
To Akatosh, I went for the flurry and the kill. Yet when I saw his blade rise to the block, I hesitated, only to see that very blade run me through.
What?
It was then that he revealed the true essence of the technique. I assumed he moved to protect his life, when his stroke came for my death. But the blade missed my heart by the width of a cat's hair. I made no such mistake with his neck.
That's what people thought I was dead because of where the arrow was in my heart, but it was right next to it. And so you killed him.
Just like that, it was over. I dropped to my knees and reached for my potion as his body drowned in a cascade of snow. I tossed the half-empty bottle beside his severed head and said he could have the rest. When he didn't respond, I couldn't help but laugh. All of it, the tracks, the blood, and his legacy, washed away in a tide of white.
I don't know if I like this Savashni. She just seems angry and kind of cruel. So if you're looking for a fight, Skyrim's as good a place as any.
What you consider a fight, or even a war, is nothing more than a brawl between drunken louts over spilled drink. A great swordsman's talents are wasted in a war. Stray arrows, trebuchets, accidents. Many great warriors have been felled by the blade of chaos. One can't even trust his own side in the haze of war. Who's to say who's friend or foe, when your eyes squint through guises of dirt and smoke? Like your queries, they range from the utterly pointless to the completely meaningless.
The valorous Nords who filled the hall of Sovngarde would beg to differ.
Your blood boils hot, Nord. Perhaps it will attract a horde of vampires. At least then there will be someone here that presents a challenge.
If you loathe this land and its people, then I suggest you leave.
Again, your narrow mind fails you. One can loathe more than one thing, and more than one people. If I were an archer standing before a Nord and a Thalmor, and had but 2 arrows in my quiver, you might ask me who I'd shoot first. I'd tell you, I'd shoot the Thalmor twice. Their presence is thin here, and their embassy on the other side of the province. From this perch I can track and kill their justicars by the threes, as the Thalmor are too much of cowards to face me alone.
So where do you hail from, brash one?
Cyrodiil, fool. From the steps of Cloudwheeler Temple. From whence I came before that, no one knows. A blade who had left the service found me as he descended the steps. To him it was a sign from the divines. In truth, it was just a cowardly mother, waiting for the opportune time, and a man with forlorn eyes. Having left the order, his eyes were indeed tainted with sorrow, and for that he pitied this kitten when he should have abandoned it. Yet it was his newly discovered faith in the workings of the gods that inspired him to develop the skills for which I'm the caretaker.
Sounds like fate to me.
The world is full of such tales of fate and coincidence. That's what we burn into our memories. And all the other instances, every day we live without incident, those moments are never ascribed to the laziness of the gods. Just forgotten.
They say Falkreath is a dangerous place to hunt.
You are a simpleton to assume that I am only drawn by death. Life too flourishes in this hold. The garden of ferns, thistle, and mountain flowers that grows in this hollow column stills my blood and allows me to meditate. At night, the hunters camp at the mountain top affords me a view of the land. On clear nights, the bright necklace of stars.
Most people in Skyrim
Any rumors or interesting news?
A dragon roosts in the hills to the south.
A dragon?
Having just gained life, it's not eager for death. It avoids my steel.
Huh. Any other rumors?
There's a stag that passed through here. White as a summer cloud.
A white stag?
The hunters think it would look better in red. Fools all become heroes when their opponent is a helpless beast.
Oh, it's really coming down with the snow. Well, Savashni, it's been interesting.
Be gone, then.
I guess I don't want to take your thistle. Or your chest. I guess I'll be dead in 51 paces if I don't watch it. Oh, so you did kill the Spriggan. Alright. I don't know where
When you
Inigo is.
rescued me from that cage, I never imagined I would travel with you for this long. Few are willing to put up with me for more than a day.
Oh, you marked the time then. Has it been over a day? I don't know about that Khajiit. I mean, it's good that she's killing Thalmor, but I don't know. She told me the story of how she slew her master and how it left the Way of the Nine without a true heir. I should keep an eye out for any further developments. Maybe I can ask an innkeeper for information regarding crypts that may house Vashni's mentor. But I'm done with that cat, at least for now. I don't think I've ever met a Khajiit that was as intimidating. Or angry. Usually they're happier. Okay. So now we ride up to Orphan Rock to get to Nettlebane. Where is it? I know I have it in my journal somewhere. Here, Blessings of Nature, I wrote it down as. Retrieve Nettlerbane from Orphan Rock in a clearing northwest of Helgen. Let's remove this off from my map. I know it's getting late, and I don't know where the cat is. He knows my plan. Oh, what is that? What is this? Oh, watch out! Falling rocks! Who dropped that?
Some of these Nords will come up with any excuse to despise us.
It's just what's going on? Oh, this isn't an easy place to get to. Sometimes I wish I could... Well, it really is not easy. I wish I could jump higher. What about on the other side? There we go. There was a battle here. There's a dead bandit. Oh, what's this? Ice arrows. Oh, definitely take that. See if we can't get down. Watch out. Argonian bandit. Orcasheros. I don't know what happened here, but... Oh, there's more than one bandit. Somebody came by and killed them. There was a fight. I don't see anything else, though. But you know, Inigo is a little bit strange like that. He likes to take off. Always comes back, though. Come on. I can't go too fast. This is going to be annoying. A little angry bear. Where'd it go? There's a home right here. Alright, bear. Here we go. Oh, I missed. Oh. You're showing your worth, Lucian. Good job. Alright. Maybe Inigo will work out. Sorry, Lucian will work out after all. Helgen. Really wish we had the cat with us. Catch up if you can, Lucian. We're going to Helgen. They say there's bandits there. Hunter. Maybe after Helgen we can go and rest before we tackle the Hagravens. What is this ahead? Dead wolves? Oh, that's one of those ice wolves. Or no. It's a Cyrodiilic wolf. Got it. Here's Helgen. Okay. I haven't been here since the dragon attack. We need at least 4 of us. Where's Lucian? Oh, there you are. Actually, keep up pretty well. Okay, let's try to do this quietly. One right here.
Over here! You'll be so much easier to roll when you're dead.
Ah!
Another victory for my hero.
Another victory for your hero, huh? I messed that one up. I think they know we're here. Where are they? This is where they almost took my head. The dragon landed on that little tower. I remember it being taller than that. I thought the way you're dressed, Zora, you look like a bandit. Okay, they're clearly on the other side, and I don't know how to get over there. Oh, they came around. Where's the next one? They're coming through the building. Came here to eliminate some bandits. Ah, the dragon was up there as I crouched down.
Don't fight back, and I promise I'll kill you quickly.
Where are you, bandits? Orcs. Oh, it's nice to watch you fight, Janessa. Among other things. Where's the last one? You really are good at fighting, aren't you? Glad you're with me then. Or another one in the distance is a lockpick. So this is what's taken up residence here in the ruins, huh? Zora, have you seen? I thought I heard shouting after we killed that one. It's probably full of bandits. I just want to kill bandits who are on the outside, so we can ride through it. This is where I went in when I followed, not Hafnar. Havnar? What was his name? Hafnar's my brother. Alright, back to the horse then. Maybe we'll see that bandit on the way out. Yes, we're gonna have to find a place to rest, to sleep. I don't see the bandit. This is where I ran to. This is the first thing.
Someone there?
Someone there. I'd love to backstab one day. Where is he? He's up top. Oh, seems like I'm alone. My companions aren't with me.
What was that?
Too loud.
Found him! Make this quick.
Ah, I didn't sneak up on him to do a backstab, but I did sneak up close.
You're gonna die for that.
Take care of them.
Just too loud. One day. It was a good test, though, to see where I am. I got pretty close. Not close enough, obviously, but... Alright, that's over with. Well, you know what? I should have done this a while back. I don't even know if I have a soul gem with... Oh, yes. Let's look at my weapon. I got the lesser.
I know it's inappropriate, but don't you just want to scratch a Khajiit behind the ears?
I tried that once. I'll never do it again. That's what happens when you drink too much. Or a calcum ingot. Alright. Princess Alfsigar. Let's ride. Let's go find a place to sleep. And in the morning, we'll go and get Nettlebane. Kinda worried about Inigo, though. Where in Oblivion is he? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.